Yo, what's going on to all my sports peeps out there? It's your favorite sports podcast. If
Yeah,
y'all don't know the name, let me put you on game. It's the Zone Sports Podcast. You know what I mean? On one
yeah.
half of your host, your boy Big V. I'm here with my guy, my other half of the host of the show. You know what I'm saying? What's good, my guy?
What's up, yo? It's your boy Corey, never telling a tired same whole story. If I could get that one out, it's your boy Cool C, never dated a floozy. It's your boy COOL, always wondering what the hell. You know what I'm saying? For those out there in YouTube land, man, we got to sign up for you out back. It's your boy Corey, Big Vito. What up, man?
Oh man, everything is. Oh man, I'm good,
Yeah.
but the Lakers ain't looking good, but we're gonna get in all that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta before we jump in all that, I gotta let know who we sponsored by, my G. We sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. Make sure you shop in at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. Go over there right now, get you some of the new tees we just put online. You know what I'm saying? We got the jogging shorts popping off. It's getting a little warm outside. You know what I mean? We got you covered on that note. And we got the Sky Zone socks popping off. Go over there and get right, man. We got you. We got y'all, man. Size is small to 6X. We got you. You feel me? Yo, Corey, like I told you, you know what I mean, off air a couple weeks ago, I got something for your daughter. I just hadn't had time to get to the post office with my dog passing away last week and
Yeah.
all that. Then my daughter had a birthday. I got you covered this week, my
Hey,
G.
I never look a gift horse in the mouth, buddy. I take
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and I just appreciate you for doing it, man. And sorry about your dog, and congratulations on your daughter's birthday, man. I never look a gift horse in the it'll get here when it get here, Vito.
Man, no doubt, man. Salute. Tell Miss Corey it's on the way, my G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that be tuning in to the show. You know what I mean? Big shout out, you know what I mean? Everybody out there in YouTube land, all the Zone Sports podcast fans. Yo, we got some merch coming, Corey. I got some merch on the low coming. We got some merch coming. You know what I mean? We got some merch, you know what I mean? We gotta debut it on the show first. I gotta get you right first, pause. And then we
Yeah.
gotta, you know what I mean? We'll put it out there for the people that might want a t-shirt or something like that. We got some things coming. Pause again, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yo, we normally we've been starting the show off with the what the hell segment, Corey. But after the Lakers game last night,
Yeah.
um, I don't think we need a what the hell segment, Corey, because I think the Lakers should be under the what the hell spotlight today. And we're just gonna jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, all the zoners out there, you know what I mean? We are filming this on May 17th. The game was last night, May 16th. You know what I'm saying? And yo, if you don't know, you've been on the rock. The Denver Nuggets beat our LA Lakers.
Yeah.
I think it was 132 to 126. Correct me if I'm wrong, Corey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I know y'all listen. I know some of y'all listening like, well, it sounded like a close game. I'm here to tell you, it wasn't a close game. Not to me, Corey. And I'm gonna just jump right into it, Corey. The topic is, who do you have winning this series? And Corey, I'm gonna set it off. I have Denver winning. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it, Corey. I know. Everybody. Oh, the Lakers, his squad. That's his team. He ain't been a true fan. Fam, let me tell you something, yo. I was on I was talking to a friend of mine, and I told him, I said, yo, let me tell y'all something. If the Lakers get past the Warriors, we are winning the chip. There's nobody left that can stop us. It don't matter if it's Boston. It don't matter if it's Miami. They ain't enough. It ain't enough for us. It ain't enough. That's what I told my man. It ain't enough, Corey. It don't matter. If we get past baby Jesus, aka Steph Curry, and the gang, we
Yeah.
got the chip sewn up. Because let me be clear, we ain't supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals, Corey. I want to remind people, we stunk the regular season. Oh, we stunk. It was Corey, you was on record calling us the AARP team.
Yeah.
You dissed my boy Russell Westbrook to
Get him out.
Got you single-handedly got Russell Westbrook out. You are solely. I'm going on record saying you are solely responsible. You contacted Jeannie Buss. You sent her footage of our podcast demanding he get out, and that's exactly what happened. It is your fault, Corey. You got him out. You are solely to blame. But that's neither here nor there. But we stuck it up, Corey. We stuck it up in the regular season to the point we had to get the coveted franchise that we are as the LA Lakers had to appear in a play-in series in order to gain access to the playoffs. I want to remind people that this Denver versus LA series, it is a 1 seed versus a 7 seed. Corey, I looked at the box score last night during the game, and I did not like how that looked when they were showing Denver number 1 and us number 7.
Yeah,
Corey, that hurt my heart. We are the Lakers, Corey, and let me tell you, man, last night, you would have thought Denver was the coveted team that had 8 to 16 championships in the Raptors. How that was playing, Corey. I'm gonna go on record and tell y'all this, man. I think this would be a gentleman's sweep. This would be a 4 games to 1, Corey. I got a game. I'm sorry. Let me tell you why, and I'm gonna let you get into your bag, Corey. Corey, I knew Jokic was going to be a problem. I knew it. I give him 20 to 30 a game easy. Corey, I looked up, and I think it was maybe 4 minutes had passed in the first quarter. The motherfucker had 10 to 12 rebounds and 8 points. I said, yo, what is going on? What the hell? 4 minutes into the first quarter, and he double? No way. No way. And God bless Anthony Davis. You did all you could. I can't lie. You had some key blocks on the Joker. You did. You was going down court, giving it right back, but also you was going down court and making turnovers too. Not just you, but the entire team. And Corey, again, I knew Joker was going to be a problem, but guess what I didn't know? I did not know Jamal Murray was going to be on NBA Jam Fire last night. I did not know he was going to come out on NBA Jam Fire, and I need him to cut it out with the whole, he had a non-COVID-like illness. He hadn't practiced in 4 or 5 games. He had just got to the court prior to the playoff game. He had just got some shots up. You're lying. Stop it. Stop. That boy had been he been somewhere. He must got a gym in the house. He got a gym in the crib, Corey. He got to. Because the boy could have missed last night. He could have missed. Corey, we had no answer for him. Corey, don't even get me started on Porter Jr. Corey, I'm here to tell you, Corey, I think Denver's the better overall team, Corey. What are your thoughts, man?
It is so much to digest of what you said. So I'm gonna lead in with my thoughts, and then we could counter each other afterwards here.
All right.
I take a bit of a different approach, okay. and I'm gonna tell you why. It was really it wasn't the tale of 2 halves. It was the tale of 3 quarters versus 1. Big V, had that game finished out like the first 3 quarters did, I would say you are 110,000% correct. Big V, this is a conference finals game. I'm all in, right? But then I saw they got up by like 20, 21 points. And it is like, anytime we would have a bit of a momentum shift, the Joker, or Murray, or Gordon, or Porter, or KCP,
oh my God.
Where the hell he come from?
He's a champion, Corey.
He is a champion. I gotta respect that.
You gotta respect it.
And so, Big V, it turned into one of those deals. I truly analyzed the Lakers game. Like I truly analyzed as if I worked for ESPN. Other marquee matchups, like I got it on. I may be doing something on my iPad. I might be doing something with my. The game is on, but ain't really locked in. Oh no. I'm breaking down. Like I can really break down some plays on this here. And Big V, I'm gonna tell you when I got discouraged really at the end of the first quarter. Like you said, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Joker had like 10 or 11 rebounds in one quarter. Oh my damn. I was just like, yo, okay, cool. We're gonna come up in the second quarter and kind of, I was just like, in situations and circumstances like this, Big V, I'm like, yo, let's just get to halftime. That's when we could truly make that. Let's just stop the bleeding at halftime. But Big V, the second quarter was just as bad as the first quarter was. And to add insult to injury, if I'm not mistaken, we was trying to do, I don't know if we were trying to go for a 2-for-1 near the end of the second quarter.
Yep.
But anyway, I think we had a turnover and Denver got the ball. And I'm like, oh, Jamal Murray, he's just going to just try to just run and just kind of heave up a shot. This mother father got past half court and drained the three. I'm like, okay. It wasn't until about the middle of the third quarter where I was just like, okay, I don't know how much of this I want to watch, being I have to work the next morning.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like, let me wrap this up. But then, you know, I saw the Joker again. And it was the end of the third quarter. And again, I don't remember if we did a 2-for-1 on this one or not. But again, it's the end of the third quarter. Joker gets the ball, barely makes it past half court, throws up a shot for another three. Now, I bring up those 2 3-pointers for one thing. That was the difference, the deficit of the ball game. Let me see, 126 to 132. Make sure I get my math right. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yes, 6-point difference. Mm-hmm. If it weren't for those, we could have maybe went to overtime. Who knows? So let me get deeper into this here. But then the fourth quarter happened. Now, I'm still kind of like, by the time Big V, it's like 11.
Yeah.
Nah, that's my normal bedtime anyway when I start to wind stuff down. After a while, I'm not watching TV. The TV is watching me. But I was like, man, I can't. I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing Austin Reeves. I'm seeing Austin. I'm like, wait, what? This dude went 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. He pulled a Lonnie Walker.
Yes.
The Lakers did just enough for me to not go to sleep. And then we got LeBron James, where if he hits this three, could tie up the game. Now, this is one of those shots, and I was thinking about this morning. I said, man, that's one of those shots. I don't know if I want King James. I don't really know if I want him on the 3-point anymore.
Okay.
I don't. You know, he's gotten better with his free throws. I say that because had it that went in, Big V, I would have been like, yeah, that's a great shot. But he is so good at attacking the basket.
He is.
And I really felt like had he had, because we had time, I felt like you go ahead and you try to drive to see if you can pick up a foul, because a few things are either going to happen here. One, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss the layup altogether, and then it doesn't matter. The game's over anyway. You drive and you hit 2 points. Okay, cool. We still got to get the ball back, and we got to shoot up one more. Or you drive, you're going to soak in the defense of Denver, and you're probably going to get a foul or whatnot. And all you had to do is sink one. So in other words, he could have went for an old-fashioned three from the 80s as opposed to thinking that he's Steph Curry or something like that. At this point in his career, I feel a lot better if that's Austin Reeves taking that three, if that's Dennis Schroeder taking that three. You know, I feel a little bit better with it. I don't want him doing that, right? So you had a couple of things going on here, Big V. So KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, had 21 points, right? And Cass is like, oh, he ain't gonna do that again. All right, I hear that. I hear that. I don't know if I subscribe to that.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
But what you got to also look at it as this. Austin Reeves had 23. Now he's going to get paid, but now are we at the point with Austin Reeves where you're going to count on that night in and night out to be that official third guy? I don't know about that either. So to me, that cancels each other out. So let's get the Jokic versus Anthony Davis. And Big V, if you're not really paying attention, you can argue that the Joker owned Anthony Davis. But then you could also argue, well, yeah, he owned them, but Anthony Davis got 40 points. And this is a bit tough to analyze for me, Big V, because he still had, like, Anthony Davis still had like the 10 rebounds. I prefer that be like the 12 to 15 range.
Yep.
But 40 points, there's nothing to shake a stick at.
He did all he could.
And here's the deal. You're exactly right. I think he did all he could do. And when Coach Ham made the adjustment to put Rui Hachimura on Joker, I thought that was good. However, I wish you would have done that earlier. And you don't know what you don't know. I wish you did that coming out of the half, because my concern now is that we saw how Hachimura, aka Hoochie Mama, had the Joker bottled up. He had him bottled up in the fourth quarter. So now we done tipped our hand. Now, had that defensive change not been made, we might not have ever gotten back in this game. So I do understand what Coach Ham is doing, but now we done showed our hand, because here's the starters from the Lakers last night, Big V.
Okay.
Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Dennis Schroeder, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves. Now, that's a small lineup, Big V. Now, Russell, when he's on, he's on. Big V, he was a minus 25 last night. D'Angelo Russell was.
Yeah.
He cannot start the next game, right? He can't. And it's kind of like, well, who do you move into that place? I think you move Rui Hachimura, a.k.a. Hoochie Mama, into his place. Now, we're going to sacrifice a smidge of offense, but here's the thing. Hachimura had 17 points last night.
I about to say, I don't know because he provides some offense.
Player. That's why I say you may sacrifice just a little bit, but here's the deal. Russell, he's a streaky player. So that's why I'm like, well, how much do we sacrifice? I think it's worth a shot. The problem is that I think Denver's going to adjust if we put Hachimura on the Joker. I really do. They're a smart team. And here's the deal. All right, so let's just say you got Hachimura on the Joker, right? And you're going to have Anthony Davis playing the help, right? Okay, well, that's fine. If I'm the Joker, I'm kicking it out to either Murray, Porter, or Gordon. Hell, maybe even KCP on the perimeter. That's just sitting there waiting. That's the problem. Now, getting back to the gentleman's sweep, I'm not sure about the gentleman's sweep. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a gentleman's sweep. I know game 3 is the most important one, because that's when we're going to go back home. I think we need to win game 2 in Denver. That'll make me feel better. I got it going 6. Now, I think Denver is going to win.
Okay.
I want Laker fans, take it easy, calm it down. I told y'all last week, Big V just told you 10 minutes ago. We still have an obligation to call it how we see it. Now, I want the Lakers to win. Hell, I want the Lakers to win in 4, Big V, but that's clearly not going to happen.
Yeah.
But you're right. Denver is a better team. They got more weapons. They have more consistent weapons. Now, let me say that. Because I guarantee you, I bet you dimes of donuts that Austin Reeves ain't going to hit no 23 points. Now, the good news is that maybe we can have another Lonnie Walker site. Maybe D'Angelo Russell can have a hot game, but how is he going to feel with him not starting? Because Coach Ham ain't going to start D'Angelo Russell the next game. He's not, because it's a matchup issue at this point, because the starting lineup that you had that I just read out to you, the only 2 people that's going to be able to get a rebound is going to be Anthony Davis or LeBron James. Now, if you substitute that with Hoochie Mama, a.k.a. Rui Hachimura, those are 3 people. We got to get the ball back because we got outscored. We pride ourselves on defense. Coach Ham prides ourselves on defense. We gave up 132. So it ain't like we can't put points up on the board. And you got Hachimura, to me, who could do both extremely well. Those are my thoughts, brother. It's going to be a good series. I got it going 6, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be shocked. And you're right, Big V. I think even though we're Lakers fans and we're not used to being in the scenario, we are kind of playing with house money because they think we was going to be in the playoffs. Hell, they think we was going to make the play in.
No.
So you're right. in that regard.
No. Man, we're gonna see, man. You know what I mean? You know, we both got the Lakers maybe probably losing this series,
And I want to be wrong.
And because if we be wrong, it will both be shocking to both of us.
You know it will.
And I want to keep it right there on shocking. Because I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked that the Sixers fired Doc Rivers. We're going to just jump right into it, Corey. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, if you haven't heard, a couple days ago, Philadelphia 76ers fired Doc Rivers almost immediately after their loss to the Boston Celtics. Corey, I know Joel Embiid, he did a good deed and went on the record and spoke up right after the loss to the Boston Celtics, saying that how good of a coach that Doc Rivers was and things of that nature. And a lot of people were saying, I saw mixed reviews, people saying that he didn't deserve to get fired. Some people saying that he did. All the ESPN analysts and things of that nature were just saying, it was mixed reviews. Some said it was time, some saying it wasn't. I want to read some stats to you, Corey. About this is based on Doc Rivers playoffs games. And it says Rivers is 16-33 in playoff games where his team already has 3 wins. That's a win percentage of roughly 32.7%, which is right around the same win percentage the lowly Charlotte Hornets mustered up during the regular season, which was 32.9. Corey, they had to fire Doc Rivers. It was time. Granted that I know that he's a championship coach back in 2008 with the Celtics and everything, but it ain't 2008 no more, Corey. He's had the likes of Ben Simmons, Embiid. He got the beard over there. Players like Maxey. He's had a nice squad to try to at least reach the Eastern Conference Finals. Corey, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened, Corey. That has not happened since he's been there. Granted, you had the shot that ended their season with the Kawhi shot that bounced all up and around the rim. I know that was a dagger. But before that, Corey, they haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you're a championship coach, you can't keep getting your ass booted out when your team has 3 wins in the second round of the playoffs. Not when you're a championship coach. That's for them other guys. When you're a legendary coach such as Doc Rivers, I feel like you're supposed to at least be making it to the Eastern Conference Finals more than you do. I think it was time. I don't know who they'll hire. They have some good candidates to choose from because there's some people out there that are good coaches that need jobs. Corey, what are your thoughts, man?
I agree with you 110,000%. I like Doc Rivers, other than the fact that when he coached Boston, he coached them to a championship over our Lakers. Outside of that, I don't have a problem with Doc at all. No, you're 100% correct. And I think what led to his firing is the fashion in which he lost, right? Like, I don't think no one a few years ago is going to blame you when they lost to Toronto in Game 7 on that tick. Like nobody should get fired over that. If that shot does not go in, there you go, right? Yep. Who knows, right? But I want to focus more on now versus the past. And you're talking about Big V. This is a Game 7, and you got beat 112-88. This is a Game 7. This was almost just as bad as when, if I'm not mistaken, was it Phoenix last year? that lost a game 7 by like almost like what 30, 40, 50 play. It was
so bad. I think it was.
It was bad. It was bad. And so you add into the fact that that's it, and then you add into the fact that, oh, wait, not only are we losing games, we're losing series that we're up by, like you said. And it's funny because I told my wife, I said, closeout game when the Lakers played Golden State on Friday, or it might have been Wednesday, one of them. But anyway, it was a closeout game, and we didn't win. And I was like, I'm like, no. Closeout games could be have just as much pressure as a game 7. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. Maybe it's just because you feel like you're playing with house money. But these closeout games are tough. But Big V, this tough? Over and over again. And, let me backtrack a bit to when Doc was in Boston, right? He had true leaders on that team, like true leaders, where, you had your Kevin Garnett and your Paul Pierce, where I think players like that back in 2008 made your job a whole lot easier. And when he went to the Clippers, you got Chris Paul, but then you got Blake Griffin. And there was issues between those two guys, reportedly, allegedly. And for whatever reason, Doc Rivers couldn't square that away. Because, again, that was another loaded team.
Yep.
With the Clippers, during those Clippers years.
Oh, yeah.
Lakers fan, that was during our down period where I was actually envious of the Clippers doing Lob City run. Right?
Yeah, that's when we started losing to the Clippers. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so, you had that going on. And then it's like, all right, cool. He goes to Philly. You got Joel Embiid. You got James Harden. You got Maxey. You got Tobias Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That is an Eastern Conference final roster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Ownership is not going to fire players because the contracts are guaranteed, so the only person left to fire is the coach. Is Doc Rivers wholly to blame for the collapse? Absolutely not. But there is something we give coaches credit when something happens on their watch. That's why Mike Budenholzer stayed with Milwaukee as long as he did, because you and I both had that motherfucker getting fired. That championship gave him another 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he would have been out then.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't care what anyone says, Big V. And so, Doc Rivers had his chances. Is it all his fault? No, man, but this isn't like he's coaching in Charlotte. This ain't like he's coaching in Houston. After a while, man, getting to the second, you just said it in the last segment, Big V. The Lakers was lucky to make the playoffs. And I get it. Let me give props to Pelinka and the boys for the midseason trades or whatever. Big V, that's why, even though we lost last night, and even though I didn't really have us getting out of Memphis, I sure as hell ain't had us getting out of Golden State. Yeah. But it's tough. If I'm an owner, Big V, or a GM, and I see what the Lakers are doing with a 38,000-year-old LeBron James and a Glass Joe in Anthony Davis. Shout out to Mike Tyson's Punch Out with Glass Joe. And we are in the conference. We just beat the defending national champions.
Yep.
Forget Memphis and the Motor Mouths. We ain't talking about them. We just beat champions. Billy, what's your excuse?
Oh, and by the way, what a new coach. Just by the way, what a new coach. Shout out to Darvin Ham for a hell of a job he's been doing, because this can't be an easy year.
Oh, and you're right. Boston coach is the first year too. That's who you lost to.
I hadn't even factored none of this into now. He had to go. He had to go. He had to go.
He got to go.
And I know he'll land on his feet. You know what I mean?
He had 2 years left on his contract. Oh, he's fine. I ain't worried about him.
Yeah. You know who isn't fine though, Corey? Monty Williams, formerly, that's right, ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, Monty Williams, formerly of the Phoenix Suns. I say formerly, you know why? Because they fired his ass too, Corey.
Yeah.
Corey, I know we don't got much time, but I just want to share some things real quick about Monty Williams that I learned over the past few days of his firing. Everybody on the surface said he was a great coach, hell of a coach. I don't know about a player's coach, but they said he was a great coach. He accomplished a lot in a shorter period of time. I've heard some rumors though, Corey, since then.
Okay.
I heard that let me start from the top. I heard him and Jay Crowder didn't see eye to eye.
Yep.
I heard a lot about that, and Jay Crowder's a champion. He's a veteran, hard-nosed player. But I heard Jay Crowder didn't want to play a lick for him.
Yeah.
I heard also behind the scenes, him and DeAndre Ayton had some smoke.
Yeah. That's legitimate.
I heard that when DeAndre Ayton got his contract, Monty Williams didn't call him. Didn't contact him, didn't wish him well. Say, hey, man, no, we don't see eye to eye, but you deserve that check. Nothing. Corey, when you have things like that going in your organization, somebody got to go.
Yeah.
And when you have players who are getting the bag, like Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, players of that nature, they're not going anywhere.
Ooh.
It's going to be the coach. It's going to be the coach. And when you're trying to win a championship, Corey, in my opinion, just, of course, we're not any experts at all. We just watching the game, but it got to start at the top. We got to start with the coach. And when the coach isn't even calling one of the star players on the team to wish him well on his major contract, not to mention a black coach not calling his star black player to wish him well on his big bag. And hey, man, I know this is going to change the whole dynamic of your family. You know what I mean? Set your grandkids up, man. Salute. Nothing.
Yeah.
It had to happen, Corey.
Yeah.
It had to happen, man. What are your thoughts?
I think you're, again, I'm in 100% agreement with you. I think we talked about this a little bit last year, when it was that horrible game 7 that we just referenced, whatnot. And I think he wanted DeAndre Ayton out of there. I'm not necessarily saying I blame him. But bottom line, this is the NBA. Your stars ain't going anywhere.
Nope.
Like, it's not. And you could argue that I think they failed as an organization because, if I'm not mistaken, it was Indiana who offered DeAndre Ayton the bag, and Phoenix had the option to match it or let him go.
Yeah.
So they decided to match it. So this is right there. If DeAndre Ayton, I'm not saying that he's not a problem. I think he's a powder. I think it takes the right person to get the right stuff out of him. And I don't know how much of that falls also on Chris Paul as a leader as well. But bottom line, you had an opportunity to get DeAndre Ayton out the door and get some picks or whatever. I can't remember what that trade was or what the compensation would have been. I don't remember. But you said no. So you brought him back, and you brought him back for the bad, because it's kind of like, if you ain't going to pay him here, you're going to get paid somewhere else, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and mend the broken fences, and let's figure out what's going to go on, right? And you're right. I think that how that game 7 ended, it left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. And I think I want to be careful with kids, because these are grown men. These aren't college kids playing. These are grown, you're 21 and older, you grown. It's time for you to learn either the easy way or the hard way. But to me, as a coach, you are the true adult on that team. You are the true adult. So even if he's being bratty and pouty, and I'm not saying there has been no reports that Coach Williams reached out to DeAndre Ayton at all. I have not heard that. And so coming into next season, now it's festering. And come to find out, he didn't call DeAndre Ayton. He didn't even say, you know what, man, look, we left off on a bad foot in game 7 last year. Man, you know what, man? I tell you what. Here's where I'm coming from. Here's why I did what I did. DeAndre Ayton, the floor is yours. What can I do, Mr. Ayton, as your coach, as the leader of this team, to help? What do you need from me? Because I'm going to call it how I see it. But if you don't feel like I'm putting you in the right position, let me know. What position, Pauls, would you like to be put into? Right? But there was nothing. So now, I don't even think it got swept under the rug.
Yeah.
It was on top of the rug, and cats is tripping all over it. Mm-hmm. And so, again, if you can't galvanize the group around you, because you got a leader in Chris Paul who can handle a lot of the locker room stuff. He's been known to do that.
Yeah.
And to hold people accountable. But, Coach, you still got to do your part. Same deal with Doc Rivers. Yeah, you had Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. But now if those guys aren't there, or if you only got one as opposed to two, you still got to do your part. And sometimes, man, cats just want to be heard, Big V. And if I feel like you're ignoring me, this goes from any walk of life, from friendship to bosses at work to relationships to family members to whoever. Sometimes we don't got to agree. Just hear out your boy.
Yeah.
And the conversations that can be had, you'd be surprised what could come out of them. But boy, the conversations that don't be had, you ain't got to worry about nothing coming out of there, Big V.
That's a fact. I like that. That was very well said, man. Definitely very well said, man. Yo, shout out to everybody that be tuning in each and every week. Hear us talk this sports talk. You know what I mean? Tune in next week. Ain't no telling what we're going to be talking about. But we will know one thing for certain. Where the Lakers will be standing. You know what I mean? We will know that by the next time you hear from us, man. You know what I mean? Or, I'll be hitting you up, man. The Lakers pop off tomorrow night. You know what I mean? And it is Wednesday, May 17th. They play tomorrow night, Thursday, May 18th, I think at 8:30 Eastern time. You know what I mean? So, I'll probably be hitting you up, talking my shit, man, and seeing where we going to stand. You know what I mean? Everybody be safe out there and tap into us. Y'all know how we end this thing, man. How we do it, man.
Peace.